Hi everybody, this is Dr. Pingle. We're going to talk about Notebook 1 here. You're trying to make this work. You watched this video and you've downloaded and installed Anaconda. You've watched this video, so you have some idea of how Jupyter Notebooks work. And now you're at this part where you're saying, okay, I need to download this file and run it. How do I do that? If you click on this file, you get a page that looks something like this. This takes you to GitHub, which is a way that you can manage the programs that you're writing. We'll get into that more in the course. What you have here is a representation of the notebook. So lots of people program in GitHub, program Jupyter Notebooks here, and so you can get a sense of what this notebook looks like right away. However, I asked you to download this, and there's no link right here to download it. What you need to do is click on Raw, and here you're going to see sort of a text representation of that file. So what I can do is right-click and click Save As, and I'm going to download this to just this directory here. We'll make a new folder here. And we're going to make a folder called Notebooks, and we're going to put it in there. So this file right here has a .txt. What you want to do is just delete that, and we're going to save this as all files. All right, so it's going to download that, and if we show in the folder, here it is. Now, this path is important, so you can see that I'm linking off of D, data, classes. Wherever you stick this is kind of up to you. But to run this now, what you're going to do is either go to your Anaconda installation and click on Jupyter Notebook, or if you're kind of playing along with the Arc installation, which I kind of don't recommend at this point, but we can make work, you can click on Jupyter Notebook there. So I'm going to click on Jupyter Notebook. Now, when this starts off, it's going to take you to a folder, and hopefully it'll populate this here. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But I don't see anything. I don't see my file. How do I move around in the file system? There we go. This is, it's kind of hard to tell where I am at the moment. You can kind of maybe figure it out, but it's certainly not the folder I was working with. So what you actually need to do to make this happen, I'm going to go ahead and quit, is when you are running this, right-click on Jupyter Notebook and click on Open File Location. This is taking you to where the shortcut is, so I can right-click that and click Properties. And the directory that it's going to start you in is going to be related to whatever is filled in here. So in my case, what I want to do is have this open up to the data. And you can kind of browse through here. You could set this to the exact directory that you were in before. So if I had stuck my notebook here, I can copy and paste that, in which case it would open up to exactly this notebook. But I write notebooks for a lot of things, so I actually want to just have this open into DData, and I'll find my way from there. So we'll hit Apply, and you'll need admin access to do that. But now when I go here and start up Jupyter Notebook, it's going to start me in the data. So now I can browse. So you can see these are all the folders that I have in data. So I can browse into where I was, classes, current, kind of ignore this. This was from a previous session here. Analysis in GIS, notebooks, and there's my file. So if I click on that, now I'm running the new Jupyter Notebook. If I go back to the other screen, you can see that now it's got this green coloring here. It means that this notebook is running at the moment. And now, unlike kind of when we were looking at this on GitHub, I can actually run it. So you can see that I can't click into anything here, but here as I click, you can see that the notebook actually interacts with me. So I can hit Run. I can hit Shift-Enter will run. I can hit Control-Enter to run a code block. We'll kind of learn more about this stuff as we go. But essentially what you want to do is kind of read the text, interact with it, and play around. So here I've run a little bit of code here. It's just some simple Python. I'm declaring a variable x equals 5, and I'm printing it to the screen, so you can see it show up there. Just slightly more complicated Python. I'm defining two variables. I'm defining a third one that's the sum of the first two, and I'm printing that out. And here I'm running a for loop, counting from 0 to 9, and then printing out the square of that number, so 0 all the way down to 81. When you're supposed to interact with these things, what you want to do is, so these play-alongs are kind of your indication that you're supposed to do a thing. So what I want to do is, what I want you to do is to write 8 code blocks worth of some simple Python code like you see above and run them. So what I'm going to do is hit insert and insert a cell below. And now I can write some code. So I can do that, and I can hit run, and it'll run that. I can go up to insert and insert a cell below again, and I can say A equals 99, B equals A minus 12, print B. So I can hit run again, but I think you'll find that it's handy to start learning some of the keystrokes. So Shift Enter is going to execute that. So there we can see the sum. By the same token, I can again insert a cell below here, or I can insert a cell below by using a key. So if I go to Edit and Keyboard Shortcuts, I can see that there are a lot of things that I can do here. You don't need to memorize all of these. We'll learn a couple as we go through. But what I want to do is this one, this insert cell below. And to get into command mode, I need to hit escape. So as I'm typing, you can see that the color of this is green. If I type a B, it shows up here. I don't really want to do that. What I want to do is enter command mode, escape. So you can see that this turns blue. And then I hit B. And what that does is create a new code block below. Okay, so you'll get the hang of that stuff. If you want to use the menus up here to do inserting cells and to run things, that's totally fine. As you get a little bit more comfortable with the Python notebooks, you'll start to use the keystrokes. So that's kind of the gist. You're going to kind of move through here. I ask that as you complete this stuff, you rename the file. And just put your name in front of that here. Maybe last name first is probably more helpful here. So let's call it. Okay. And then you're going to upload this back and turn it in on Canvas when you are done. If we look at the file system where we've been making these things, here's the program we were just working in, and there you can see that we have our notebook has been renamed, so this is what we would submit kind of at the end. I realize that this is new for a lot of people. You're going to get more comfortable with this as you go. But there's your quick introduction. See me, see the TA if you need help. Don't get stuck. We're here to help you out. Thanks for listening. Bye.